What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, hey, pause. Now, I want to talk about Rolly Romero. Last time we saw Rolly Romero was against Martinez Jackson in a fight that most people feel like Rolly Romero lost that fight. Martinez Jackson, he boxed, he did everything that he needed to do to win that fight. Now, to me, it wasn't even a close fight. So, we've seen robberies in boxing many times. It's not new. It's ridiculous when it happens. You get that cringe feeling because you know this fighter worked his ass off and won that fight, but didn't get his hand raised. We're not talking about a close back and forth where some rounds was hard to score, and he clearly was landing shots on Rolly Romero. Rolly Romero was overcommitting to everything, especially his jab. He has this. He steps in and reach. He steps really far and reach and ducks his head down, and he's not in position to throw another punch. He's there to be hit. He looked sloppy. He looked careless. He looked like he had a lot of, you could say, nervous energy. He looked like he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He looked confused. Now, he said he wanted to give him a rematch. I'm not really big on rematches, but there's some rematches I can understand. I mean, if it happens, it happens. A lot of people just do it because it was a great fight. Let's just do it again. Let's do it. It's like, at some point, it's like, man, come on. There's other people out there, for both of you to go and fight. For Martinez Jackson, I can definitely understand him wanting a rematch. Now, he won the fight as far as I'm concerned. Rolly Romero looked upset at the end of the fight. And, was it because he really felt like he won and he felt like people were just coming against him? Was he hurt because deep down inside he knows he really lost that fight? And the fact that, that's pretty much what I would say 90 to 95% of the people were saying is that he lost. And he was saying he'd give him the rematch because, people talking crazy and, his corner wasn't being honest with him. The person that was in one of the interviews he was doing that guy was clearly, kept talking Rolly Romero and trying to make him feel like he won. And the thing about that is, stubborn fighters who don't understand they need to grow, to learn, to get better, they're not going to have the growth that they need when they can't be honest with themselves and accept the fact that they lost. And I'm thinking, I wonder if Rolly Romero sat down and watched that fight and really still feel the same way, that he won the fight. And if that's the case, that's something that as a fighter, as trainers, you got to really look at it and think, all right, we got to be honest first of all. We got to look at what he did wrong. What can he do? What improvements does he need to make to win this fight? Now, Jackson Martinez, knowing that he really won that fight and didn't get the decision, what is he going to bring to the table different to make sure that this time, he's going to make the margin even wider, or maybe knock Rolly out? Can he do it? I think it's a fight that should happen, but the most I heard about that fight was, the post-conference. After that, you don't even hear anything about if that fight is going to take place. You don't even hear anything from Rolly Romero right now. So I'm looking at it like, if Rolly Romero doesn't give the guy a rematch, okay, everybody going, start talking about ducking and all that, which that's not even my focus. But if he doesn't give him a rematch, I'm thinking like this. This guy, Rolly Romero, has sparred with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Look, all of those guys have gotten better. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Devin Haney. All those guys, Luke Campbell, all those guys are solid fighters, man. I think if Rolly Romero went to fight any of those guys right now, I think they beat him. What would be bad for Jackson Martinez is because he beat really beat Rolly Romero, but didn't get his hand raised, that people start putting it in his ear like, hey, you should fight Garcia or Haney or Tanker. Put him in there with somebody else, then he loses. Because that's a big setback for Jackson Martinez. Because Jackson Martinez, he's not a household name. He's not somebody when you say his name, everybody know who he is. Everybody, oh, I want to see him fight. You know, he's a guy trying to get his recognition. And he held his own. Like I said, I felt like he won the fight against Rolly Romero. And, you know, for Rolly can also decide, I'm going to go fight somebody else. And, you know, end up trying to go in there against one of the top guys and get beat. I mean, really beat, like knocked out to the point where, you know, now they already said he's overrated. And, you know, for me, it's not about the name calling. It's not about the making it personal and getting on to, you know, insulting and all that. It's just, for me, I look at it for what it is. And the way I see that situation, I think that Rolly and Jackson Martinez should do it again. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. And this time, you know, we hopefully this time the right decision happens. Whoever wins, whether Rolly win by knockout or decision, whether Martinez win by knockout or decision, you know, the right man hopefully will win. And I haven't heard anything, so I don't even know if that fight's going to take place. But I don't know how, as far as Jackson Martinez, I don't see him or Rolly Romero being good enough to beat the top guys that I just named. You know, we got Lomachenko and you know, Lomachenko fight tonight. I forgot guy's name, man. Y'all know who he's fighting. You know, tired, man. Just getting off work. So, yeah. But Teofimo Lopez. But you know, we got that fight. And Rolly Romero, you know, not to discredit Jackson Martinez because he is a good fighter. And Rolly's a good fighter. He needs a lot of work. You know, he needs a lot of work. And I think at the top of the food chain, Rolly is under all those other guys. Lomachenko, Teofimo, Devin Haney, you know, all those guys. Rolly can punch. He's a strong guy. He has heart, but in terms of his skill and putting it all together, he's lacking. He's lacking. I don't see him fighting Tank Davis, Devin Haney, any of these guys. I really don't. And should one day he end up in the ring with one of those guys, he's going to need a lot more work than what he has now. He's just not. He's not a complete fighter right now. So, anyway, that's all I'm going to say on this video. I will catch you guys on the next one. And before I do that, let me just say, never fall in love with lies. And remember, the truth brings hate out of people. Out.